we are going to have a very uncomfortable conversation, but it still has to be said. Okay, now this is a very common thing that happens. It's happened to me. Quite remember when I was working on this abroad journey with some people back in Ghana around 2018, 2019. There, these people got to America and then they stopped talking to me for some reason. I didn't know. They just didn't say anything. They just started acting some way. And you are watching this video, you probably have that friend who, since when he traveled abroad, has become very arrogant. He doesn't talk to you. He's like he thinks he's in abroad. So yeah, he doesn't talk to you anymore. He doesn't respond to your texts and stuff. And most of them are families and then friends, like very close friends. We all have this very close friend of ours who, you know, because they traveled abroad, they have friendship spots. And I was speaking to someone, I think last week, and he was telling me how a very close friend of his, who's also a close friend of mine, he doesn't even talk to me. He doesn't talk to him. He started acting a certain way and all that. But in this video, I'm going to be telling you guys about 4 or 5 things that I feel like in my position, why I think people get to America when they travel abroad and then they stop talking to you. Now the question is, why would people start acting a certain way just because they've traveled abroad? Like, what is America? What is Canada? What is UK that you stop talking to your people back in Africa? And I don't know your situation. I wouldn't want to blame you. I wouldn't want to judge you. But the first reason why most people, and I've experienced it so many times, the reason why most people get here and just stop talking to you back home like they were is you make them feel too big. You make them feel like they are better than you. When they post a picture, Allah, boss, hey, Charlie, right now you become fresh. Don't be doing all those things. Don't be fooling them. Don't be letting them feel like they are bigger than you. When you do those things, automatically they feel like, oh. When you do those things, they automatically feel like, is the lighting good? Yes. When you do all these things, they automatically feel like they are better than you and you are like below them and all that. So don't be fooling them. Don't be telling them that, oh, Charlie, you become fresh, you all America. Don't be doing all those things, because you automatically bring yourself to this level and you make them feel this way. Imagine seeing Shatawale and then Shatawale is like, hey, boss, you are doing this. Automatically he feels like you're a fan. He treats you like a fan, so they'll start treating like a fan. And the more you do all these things, they honestly become annoying. Like when you post a picture which is not even related to anything, then you are fooling the person. Hey, Charlie, hey, America. America is not like heaven that someone comes here, you make them feel like they are better or they've achieved a lot in life than them. Even if the person is a president, he's still not better than you. You are also someone. Do not let them feel like they are better than you. So I believe that the more you do these things, the more your cousin posts their picture, ish, call me, and you randomly you video call them. I blocked this guy on WhatsApp yesterday, and I'll come to it. I was just in class and then he video called me like for no reason, and my phone was on the table. The professor had warned us that we should put our phones on silent or put it off, and then this guy just randomly video calls me. I'm like, yo. And this is not someone that I like I know him, that, like I'm very close to him. It's like, you know, I knew him back in Ghana and I still talk to him. And then he said he just wanted to video call me to show to his friends. And I'm like, yo, do you even know why I was? Nothing. He just video called me. So don't be letting them feel like don't be letting us feel like because we are in America, we are better than you, we are in a better place. Of course, we are kind of in a better place, but don't be letting it to make it too obvious, fooling them when they post. You are hyping them in the comment section and all those things. Let them know that you also have your level, even though they've traveled abroad. You also have you also have your level. You also have things that you are working on, right? The second thing, which is a very bit personal thing, or another reason why most people cut people back home off, is they try to put them in trouble. When I say when they try to put them in trouble, they make some demands that might or has a higher chance of putting we over here in trouble. And I'll tell you guys from a very personal perspective. You know, I got into a situation where I was overdraft. I went overdraft in my bank account. So when I say overdraft, meaning you've spent more than what was in your bank account. So if Ghana has overdraft policies, let's say you have 2,000 cedis in your bank account and you buy something, for 3,000 cedis, the bank would allow you make the purchase, but then your bank account comes to negative 1,000 cedis, right? Meaning you owe the bank because you didn't have that much, and then the bank kind of borrowed you that money. So, you know, when I came to America, I was very naive. I didn't know what was happening. You know, I was nice to people. I'm a very nice person. I talk to everyone. I don't have that mindset that, oh, yeah, Becky, so this person is good. I talk to anyone. I'm very open-minded. I believe that. Listen to what people have to say and all that. So I came here when I came here, I didn't really have that negative mindset that people would, you know, want to do things to harm you without even showing some level of care. So I was just, you know, out there, and then people were reaching out to me, yo, bro, can I use your PayPal to receive money? And I didn't really know. I feel so stupid saying this, but it's fine. It's life. You have to learn. I'm teaching you guys because I learned it the hard way. So they ask my PayPal, I'll give it to them, and they'll receive amount of money, $2,000, and I'll just push their money to them. Oh, $3,000, bro. Today I'll be receiving $200 from your PayPal. So when it comes, send it to me, and then I'll be sending it to them. Oh, bro, do you have cash up? I'm like, oh yeah, sure. And then I'll be sending it to them. I didn't really know the replications and the consequences of all those things until one time someone used my Zelle. Zelle is like an account transfer app over here. I used my Zelle. I gave it to this guy, and I think I had a call from after the transaction. I think it was $2,000 something dollars. After the transaction, or after the whatever, I sent the money to him. I think 3 days later, I got a call from the bank, and they were like, "This is the fraud department of so and so bank, and your account has been then closed because it's suspected of fraudulent activities." If I tell you the amount of fear that gripped me, imagine, look, poor me, came to America, broke, nothing, naive. America is the only thing that had happened to me that I was like, okay, I've achieved something in life by just, moving from my country to this place. And then I get a call that my account has been tagged as fraudulent. And I'm like, please, my African accents, please, I've not scammed anyone. Sorry, I didn't scam anyone. And they're like, well, that is the advice from the fraud department, that your account is going to be closed. And I was so scared. They were like, if you have any question, come to the nearest office or whatever. And I started speaking to a lawyer friend that I had back then. And he was like, I should go to the bank and tell them the situation. All this while, I didn't know that it's because of the transactions that I was receiving. So I think I suspected this, and I asked the guy that, they've closed my account. And he was like, oh, it's because you've been opening a lot. That's why I don't mind them. That is the response he gave me, but I didn't care. Went to the bank, and then they printed the whole I wouldn't say investigation is too deep. They printed a whole report on my bank account, and the accounts that was tagged as fraudulent. So apparently these people fraud people in America, and then they received the money. I was like a cash meal. I feel embarrassing this, but I want you guys to learn from it. So what they did was they used my bank account as the source. Like they scammed someone, and then the money is sent into my bank account. And when they sent the money to me, I didn't do anything. I just sent their money back to them in Ghana. Send the money back to them in Ghana. So when the bank opened the report and I saw the names of the transactions, I'm like, I recognize these transactions because the names were showing. And I went to these people that, you see the trouble you've put me in. Right now, the bank has retracted the money because the person reported it to be fraudulent and they needed their money. So the bank has run my bank as overdraft, my bank account as overdraft, meaning I had used that money and I had to repay the bank in 30 days. Where am I going to raise $4,000 from in 30 days? The people that I was doing this business for, they can't do anything for me. They can't help me. Like when you see the guy cry, you'll be like, he's never seen the amount of money before. He basically gets the money and then shares it and all those things. So now I was left in the picture. I had to find ways to pay the money. And imagine pouring water into an empty well, like a very big well with a cup, like fetching water with a cup and pour. Do you know how it feels to be paying money, working hard? Like I was working on campus at that time, working, and every money that comes into that bank account, it goes into that overdraft. You know how it feels to just throw $3,000 away? And you want me to, after this situation, you want me to talk to people like that because, I'm abroad, so it doesn't matter. They wouldn't do those things. So some of the demands that people make, it ends up putting people over here in trouble. In America, the least thing can put you in trouble. You have no idea. They track you like something. You can just be making a video on social media or something, and the government will come after you. So when people make demands from Ghana, Nigeria, oh bro, can you give me your Zelle, bro? Oh, can you give me your Bitcoin? Or it's not like they are acting like they are better than you, but they just don't want trouble, because when you're in trouble in America, it affects you so much. You have no idea. You understand? So some of the demands that people back home make here, oh, can I use your telephone number to open a dating site? Can I use your telephone number? What is the point of all these things? When you are not in the country and you are not able to get access to these things, there's a reason why you cannot get access to these things. Why wouldn't you wait and then when you get here, you do these things yourself? Why would you want to jeopardize someone because you feel like he's your friend, and then when they don't talk to you, you feel like they're acting better than you? That is the second thing. Most of the demands that people make ends up putting people here in trouble. The third thing, which kinda is similar to the second one, is unnecessary demand. When I say unnecessary demand, I mean people make some demands that you can imagine. Sitting here, I'll pop up my bank account here. This is my current bank account. Today is February 7th, 2025, and this is my current bank account. The balance in my bank account, I'll probably pop it up on the screen. $9. I have just $9 to my name. And when I show you the DMs and the number of people who are trying to, oh bro, can you give me bro, can I get 2,000 CDs, 3,000? Oh bro, my school fee. You understand? Do you know how it feels to have just, imagine having 9 CDs, Ghana CDs in your bank account, and people are asking you for 2,000 CDs, 3,000. Do you know how it feels? Don't you think I'll block you? Because you understand? So the kind of demands that people back home make, it's not like we do not have or we cannot give. First off, we are students, we are international students, and we are the least of people here. People who don't even have a legal status in America sometimes have benefits than us. We here work to pay our school fees, over $9,000 a semester. So when people back home are making unnecessary demands just because they seen that you've worn a sneaker or something because of some basic thing, like, you understand, you don't even know how the person got it. It's some way to me. So unnecessary demands makes them just stop talking to you, because imagine going to class from morning to evening and then to work, and then you are stressed, your brain is hot, and then you come and open WhatsApp, someone is asking you for money. Just imagine, put yourself in that person's shoes. Just imagine, and then the person would stop talking to you. You think they're acting better than you. So unnecessary demands, some of the demands that we make put them in trouble, and also the way we overhype people abroad makes them feel like, okay, they're actually better than you. Oh, okay, yeah, you are less, and then you are doing them all about boss. Obviously they will not respect you. You get it? So that is it. Another reason why I believe most people stop talking to you when they travel abroad is because the kind of conversations that people back home hold is just, and I'll be very, very honest with you guys, extremely honest with you guys. Not your fault. It's not because that is who they are, but it's not their fault that they end up speaking like that. But some of the conversations that you would have with people over here is extremely different, like very different from people back home. Imagine me meeting a 16-year-old guy, and then he's telling me about how he wants to be an engineer. He's mapping out some of the plans, military, this, talking about this. By the time you feel, it's like the conversations you have with them, they're like, you're always like, whoa. And then you are talking to people back home, and they are talking about how there's this girl in the hood that he's trying to get hit, and then Charlie, he's doing well to get that girl. Hey, if you imagine, just imagine some of the conversation back then when I used to talk to people. Right now I don't even pick calls, not because I'm acting better, but naturally I don't like calls. I don't like it when people call me. Just text me. I'm the texting person. But back then when I used to talk to people, some of the conversations are just so cringe. Like, it's so bad how, like, most of the guys back home are always obsessed with women. Charlie, this girl, if I look sharp, if I'm fast, like, I'm like, yo. So imagine waking up with all the problems that I'm going through, and then someone is talking about a girl's buttocks, or a girl he's trying to hit, or how he's trying to get this, he's trying to get that. Like, just imagine. Do you think the person would come back to talk to you? Like, yeah, after speaking to someone over here and feeling inspired, like the person is linking me to opportunities, and then coming to speak to you where you are about to drain me, you're about to discourage me. When I talk to you about even how life is even hard here, you can't even relate, because your definition of maybe life is hard is different from me. My definition of life is hard. Let's say I'm not passing my classes, my grades are bad. When I tell you back home, you be like, oh, Charlie, then just do well, then the exams, you kill it. When you don't even know that the exams over here is just 10% of your overall score. You understand? So the kind of conversations that we hold with people back home and the kind of conversations that you have with people here is different. When you speak to your fellow international students, the kind of conversations that you even have, cries, like, it uplifts you, it motivates you. But when you speak to someone who is back home, they're always speaking fear. I recently posted a video of me being pulled over by the police one time, and I posted it on my Snapchat. Come and see people. Hey, you they do and let them deport you. You they do and let them arrest you. Imagine, look at this negativity that I'm experiencing. But then when my American friends saw it, and they're like, bro, what happened? Like, what happened? I'm like, yo, I had an issue with my number plates. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. I mean, it's nothing. Just imagine. And then someone back home is pushing fear. Trump is about to deport people. You've not heard it. You they let them, people, even with this small Trump issue, people are texting me, hey bro, Trump, I heard Trump is deporting a lot of people, be careful. And I'm like, am I here illegally? Like, look at the kind of words people back home will speak to you. It's like, it comes with some form of negativity, and it's so toxic that the kind of mindsets that you would develop over here, the least thing you'd ever want to hear is something negative. You would get to a point where when someone says you can't, it annoys you. Like, imagine me doing so many things, and then I have a friend back home who is always telling me that may pray, or I'm rushing, or hey, you are doing too no. Just imagine how it feels. You understand? Why do I feel like I'm ranting? But I'm ranting. Okay, let me rant. You understand? So the kind of conversations, the negativity, you barely speak to some people back home, and you feel inspired. You would barely. Recently, I spoke to someone in Ghana, and he was like, I posted that Dean's listing, and he was like, Charlie, also the old tribute. Just imagine that someone has struggled, midnight, studied, done everything, achieved this, and then this is what you tell the person, and then you want me to talk to you again. How do you think I would feel? You make the person feel stupid when people over here are here uplifting me, motivating me, pushing me, giving me the go. Hey, Charlie boy, you can do it. Keep going. You imagine. So yeah, these are the 4 things that I believe, or these are the things that I've experienced that wouldn't want me to talk to people back home. I don't like blocking people, and I don't want to make people feel like they are less or something. I always talk to people, but it gets to a point where it becomes so annoying. Like the guy yesterday, I don't know if he's watching this video, but it's like he's always disturbing me. He wants an iPhone. Oh bro, I need an iPhone 15. Oh bro, can you help me with an iPhone? Oh bro, can you help me? When I'm still having payment plans on my current phone. Like, do you know how much an iPhone costs in America? Over $700. And you want me to just buy you an iPhone, send it to you just because I'm in America? To the point that I'm in class, my phone is on my table, and we're in a group work. I move to the other table, and then my phone is ringing. Whose phone is that? Someone is calling, and then it's embarrassing. And it's not like a very urgent call. It's like, oh bro, Charlie, imagine, just imagine. That is another thing. When people over here tell you that text me before calling, they are not being too. I'm telling you, I'm speaking from experience that you don't just call people. It's so annoying when you just pick up your phone and call. I know it's a Ghanaian thing where you can just call someone and then they pick up, but you don't just call people. Imagine me driving and then you call me and I don't pick. You think I'm being too low, but then when I pick your call, cameras are on the traffic stops. There are so many cameras, it can flag you, and then they'll give you a ticket because you're using your phone while driving. But then when I don't pick your call, you will be at the other end thinking I'm being too low. You would call me randomly and maybe I'm in class, I can't pick your call, and then you think that maybe I'm being too low or I'm being arrogant or something. But then I've been like, but then I've given you caveats that text me before calling so that I'll know that this is a good time. Maybe the time that you call me, the snow, my hands are frozen. And when I say my hands are frozen, I mean I'm having frostbite. I can't even move my fingers to even imagine. So you just leave a message, bro, is this a good time to call you, or what time can I call you? Don't just pick your phone and call them like randomly because it's like you feel like, yeah, you know them or something. Yes, people travel here and then life change because people are going to change anyway. So you have to adjust to it and do not let them feel like they are better than you. Adjust to it, respect people's opinions, respect people's rights and all those things. One thing I've realized about Ghanaians is, I'll stop it at 20 minutes. One thing I've realized about Ghanaians and Nigerians, Africans, is that we don't respect people. We have little to zero respect. We don't respect our own people. It's like we don't respect people's opinions. We don't respect people's beliefs and stuff. We feel like, I don't know how to put it, but I'll give you an example. They feel like when you don't believe something and I believe something, mine is superior than yours. A typical example, when I come out and I tell you guys that I don't feel comfortable about this thing, that is the same thing people will do against you. When I came out telling you guys that for some reason I've moved to a new school, and the reason why I moved to a new school is because people found out my old school, and then I was in so much trouble. I was stressed. I went through this. So as a matter of fact, I would like to hide where I've moved to, not because I don't want anyone to move here. I believe that no one cares about where I am, but because of the experience that I had, I don't want anyone to know the school I'm in. Go and see the comment section. Guys, he's in this school. Guys, he's in this school. Guys, I think he's in this state because he's been driving. Just imagine that I've come out to express how I'm feeling, like I'm in so much pain, so much regret, and then people will still come under the comment section and be like, guys, he's here because it's like he feels like he doesn't respect you, he doesn't respect your opinion. You get it? I don't support gay people. I believe that people who are gay, lesbian, is their opinion, they can live to whatever, but I don't support them. But a typical example is when someone comes out as being gay or whatever, the kind of treatment they give these kind of people is like, even if the person is wrong, there are so many ways to correct them. You don't just insult them, you don't just beat them, you don't just say so many mean things to them. They have a reason why they are what they are. But our people don't respect the opinions of others. They don't respect what people want to believe in, and then they just start treating you anyway. So these are the little things that I want to share with you. The most important thing, stop making unnecessary demands, and demands that would put people over here in trouble. When you are into scamming and you are, listen, scamming is for people with low IQ, people who are like not intelligent. Those are the people who get into those scams. When you watch those scam baiting videos where they expose these Ghanaians, Nigerians, Pakistan, Nepal people, it's so embarrassing. Like, I'm watching this video where they expose these Ghanaian scammers and their faces on camera, and it's so embarrassing to watch. It's like, you have so much intelligence, but you chose to lie to people for money. How do you feel when It's like, why would you text an old man who is already depressed and thinking about his death, and then you fake an Instagram page or Facebook page, and then you be pretending like you're a girl, and you be asking for money, and then the person would have to go into their retirement account to withdraw money over $3,000, $10,000, just because you feel like there's no other option for you to survive, zero opportunity for you other than to pretend to lie to someone abroad and get money. Like, do you know how disrespectful it is? It's like, it doesn't make sense. That is why people who are into these kind of scams, credit card, all payments you pass here, those people are people from third world country like Nepal, India. You understand? Because these things are for people who are not intelligent, and I know that people will feel insulted and all that, but that is the truth. If you're into credit card scams, if you're into those fraud, romance, it's not fun, it's not nice at all. Find something, use that intelligence to find something to work on, and then it comes with so much honor. How do you feel when you scam someone and you're spending the money? Do you feel good? So you want to stop that. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I'm heading towards the gym, and this is the little that I want to share with you guys. So I'll see you all in the next video.